I felt my arm all floating and stuff like that, right? I'm like, "Bet I'm gonna try to like lift my Jones up and shit." So it's like when I do that, I try to like literally imagine my arms moving up. I try not to put any feeling into my arm. I try to literally imagine. Listen, don't do that. What you should do if you're inside this state is close your eyes, breathe, meditate, and just focus on ascending. Simply like that. When you try to make a body and stuff like that, you're forcing your energy to take these certain forms. So now it's like you're creating a body that does not necessarily have to be there. You could have just closed your eyes, meditated, then transitioned on to a higher plane. So I was doing it. It felt like it was working, and I seen both. So I opened my eyes to see, like what's up. And I saw my hands like this, which I understand why now. Even I can't wait to tell y'all why my hands was like this. But yeah, my hands was like this, and I'm like, dang, bro, it's not working. You feel me? Now, truthfully, I could have either just meditated right there, or just got up and experienced that little plane right there. But I thought it was a physical reality, so I'm like, dang, bro, I'm getting upset because I don't like opening my eyes too early. Because if you open your eyes too early, you might mess up getting out your body and stuff like that. You feel me? But I'm gonna start calling this astral projecting, and purely that I don't want to. I'm gonna stop saying leaving my body and stuff like that. Though I'm only saying that for this video. After that, it's just gonna be called astral projecting, because when you say leave your body, now you kind of force yourself to have a certain experience that you don't need to necessarily have. Like when my hands was like this and stuff like that, right? I could have meditated and got to a higher plane, but instead I did this. I was like, dang, I got upset, but I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try again. So I did try again, and I was actually able to get out. I don't know what happened, but as I was trying to do it, somehow I flipped on the other side of my bed, and I was trying to get back, and I was trying to get back on my bed. But it's weird because my bed was on this side, but I went on this side and I went like this. I was like, I just kind of popped out my body, and I was like, holy shit. Now here inside this state, this is the transitory spiritual body right here. Now the actual bodily form that I had, that is coming from my energy body. My energy body takes that form. However, the plane of existence, right, is related to the spiritual body, as in I'm experiencing the plane of existence where I'm transitioning from the physical to the non-physical. And that is what the spiritual body actually is. It's not a actual body. When you experience a body inside that plane, that is because your energy has taken on a form. Now, inside of that plane, your body is way lighter. You could fly and all this type of stuff because you are less dense. If you're transitioning from the non-physical to the physical, you are no longer super dense. You're not inside that plane that I was inside of when my body was stuck to the bed and everything like that, because I was thinking about being physical. As I started remembering and thinking that I'm more non-physical, that's when I achieved this state of body, because now my energy has taken on a less physical form. I'm calling it a transitory body because it transitions you onto the bliss body. You feel me? Which is kind of like a state of nothing. Now you experience the bliss body when you go to sleep. That deep sleep, that's the bliss body right there, pretty much. You feel me? When it feels literally like bliss and everything like that. So that's what that body is right there. That's what I was inside of. So I jumped up and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, I'm not inside of my body and shit. You feel me? Now what that is, here's what it is. Your physical body, right? Your mental body and your energy body are all of a physical nature. What do I mean by this? You know how you see light, right? You can only see it because it's physical. Now it's not super dense, it's more subtle, but it's still considered physical. You feel me? That spiritual body that I was inside of, that's moving beyond the physical now. That's why it's a transition body from the physical to the non-physical and shit. You feel me? So when I was like struggling to get outside my body, that's because I was still like attaching myself to my physicality. You feel me? Even your energy bodies have a certain physicality. You feel me? But when you go beyond that, you go beyond physicality and stuff like that, and that's where I was getting to. You feel me? But let me tell you what happened now. So I'm jumping up. I'm like, okay, I'm outside of my body and shit like that, right? Now, if I just seen it as astral projecting, I could have just, like I said, meditated and astral projected to that state and been inside that little transition body. Probably inside of it, probably experiencing something even higher than what I just experienced inside this experience, because this was kind of mid, but it showed me a lot. And it also had to be short because like it was perfect timing with my alarm. You feel me? But let me keep. I went downstairs and I started blacking out, and I'm like, damn. So I started breathing and stuff like that. You feel me? Start breathing and stuff like that. You feel me? Because that should help. That should help a lot. And then I started floating up, and I was about to go through the ceiling, but I'm like, damn. I'm like, am I about to go through the ceiling? I'm getting hyped, but I could feel the mental blocks. You feel me? So because of that, when I hit the ceiling, I went like dink, and then I fell back on the floor, and I started laughing because it went like dink. That shit was funny to me because I'm like, it would not sound like that in this reality right here. But yeah, it made that noise, and I just walked forward and stuff like that, and I start blacking out again. Reason being is because my nature is becoming more physical. See how I was blacking out and I started breathing, just working on my energy body and stuff like that. When I was floating up and stuff like that to go to the ceiling, the reason why I couldn't go through is because inside my mental body, right, inside of my mind, I have a mental block because I still attach myself to my physicality. I don't think I can move through shit, and I'm gonna dismantle that belief. I'm trying to walk through some shit, and I'm gonna start practicing. I'm probably gonna practice by putting my hand through shit. You feel me? So, yeah, I'm gonna really detach from my physicality and stuff like that, cause that's the problem in all these experiences. Like in the last experience, right? When I first popped out my body, I was inside that little transitioning body and stuff like that. But as soon as I touched something, that's when I lowered my reality and it became more dreamlike. Now it's like I was in a different plane, very conscious, but other shit was happening. Like dream characters were popping up and shit like that. You feel me? So that shit was weird. But yeah, that's what was going on with that. So when I blacked out this time, I came back to what we're gonna call the etheric plane or the mental plane. You feel me? That little plane where I think I'm physical, but I'm really not. But I'm stuck in shit. Nah, yeah. So I thought I was back in physical reality, right? And basically, I played a video on my laptop, but then I was like, you know what? I don't even feel like doing that. I feel like I could leave my body again, so I'm gonna try to leave my body again. I couldn't do it. I blacked out, tried to do it again, couldn't do it, came back here. No, 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 no. I tried to do it, blacked out, tried to do it again, blacked out. And then my timer went off as soon as I blacked out, you feel me? So I was like, I bet. And I was like, holy fuck. I already thought I was awake. I was like, none of that shit was real. I was like, the whole entire time I'm struggling to leave my body, I was already outside of this physical plane. Cause once you're outside the physical plane, it becomes really easy. The only thing that blocks you is your mental body at that point, aka your mind, aka your thoughts and emotions. You feel me? So yeah, that's what happened. That's how I left my body in under 30 minutes. I wasn't even trying to. I simply just tried to withdraw my awareness from physical reality, and I started getting my energy right, and I was pretty aware. You feel me? So I experienced that.